Hey everybody, it's Brooke. How you doing? It is Wednesday. Actually, today is hump day. Oh, my favorite is the, what is it, the camel? Hey, you know what day it is? Hey, you know what day it is? Hey, you know what day it is? Hump day. Why not, you know? How's everybody feeling? How's Pluto retrograde treating you? I've seen some pretty intense, crazy things. Yeah. I am constantly saying, is this real life right now? Am I really seeing this? Oh my gosh. So it's really been raining and storming here the last couple of days. I had plans to finish up the outside, so when people started to come look at my house, it would be taken care of. And God was kind of like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to force you to be inside for a couple of days. And on a positive note, I was able to get my Mercury retrograde bracelets done. So excited. And in the process, I made twin flame bracelets, which I'm absolutely loving. And I really like that I put it on the lava stones, because, you know, you can put your essential oils and all that good stuff on there. I made full moon bracelets, and then protection bracelets, which I absolutely love this one. The hematite is a cross. So I love, 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 love these. I am going to be getting them on my website, hopefully today. I was able to get a few made. I am meeting with a guy that works with a lot of crystals, and he's going to be getting me some other rare beads so I can start making some pretty cool ones, you know? Like, I'm thinking like hormone healing, crystals that are really good for fertility, especially with what I'm seeing happening in the collective with this. I think this is something that's going to be very beneficial. I'm cleansing them all, I'm charging them, and then I'm infusing them with Reiki healing energy. So that Reiki healing energy is going to amplify 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's going to amplify the healing properties of the crystals. I absolutely love them. If I do not have them on all the time, especially during retrograde season, I can feel extremely unbalanced. It's really hard for me to, especially being an empath, okay? It's really hard for me to stay grounded in my feelings and not absorb what's being projected at me. So, you know, this gives me a little added protection. So I wanted to start sharing this with all of you. So be on the lookout. My website, the link is below in the box to be able to check these out. And I hope to have just a tab just for the crystal bracelets. And I'm going to have necklaces too. And I will make some that are universal, so it's not just for females, you know. The lava stones, 444 on my clock. The lava ones are, you know, can go either way, masculine or feminine. So I'm going to make sure that I've got both. Just keep in mind, each one's going to be uniquely different. So if you see something on there, and they're going to be made to order, So if you see something on there and yours is a little different, you know, I'm just putting pictures of the first ones that I made up. So you kind of have a guide of what crystals are going to be on there and all that good stuff. So anyway, let's do a collective check-in. Let's see what's going on with the energy of the collective. I'm seeing a lot of shit falling, which is good. Okay, don't let your past hold you back. The answers you are needing are coming, and this is full moon in Gemini. And don't let pride get in your way. So, there has been a lot of clearing that's been happening with past lives. I know for me, this last full moon, I had my Akashic records read, and there was a little bit of residual energy that I was picking up on that I needed to heal and release. Sometimes we can get, I call it the monkey brain, okay? We get so wrapped up in telling ourselves the same thing over and over and over again that is kind of like beating the dead horse. You know, acknowledge it. Acknowledge how you feel, because how you feel is valid. There is a reason why you feel the way you do. Acknowledge it, accept it, and then allow it to go. Okay? Because you're growing and you're not that same person you were. So there's no point in continuing to beat yourself up. There's no point in it. It's kind of like beating a dead horse. Acknowledge it, heal it, and release it with love. The answers you need are coming. Gemini is the twins, and we have North Node in Gemini right now. So we're really being encouraged to speak our truth. We're really being encouraged to talk about what's going on. The key is opening that throat chakra up. Speak your truth and how you feel. Speak truth with love. And what you're seeing. Because, you know, we are seeing major timelines collapse. We're seeing society go through an awakening in the dark night of the soul. Once you wake up, it starts, okay? And when you are not in line with your divine path, your divine destiny, that's when towers happen, okay? You're not listening to the guidance, 818, you're not listening to the guidance that's being given to you. Right now we got the moon in Pisces. Pisces is very connected to God. Allow that energy to come in. Allow the guidance to happen that you need in order to trust the steps that you're taking. So, like for me, the last, I guess this would be starting year number 4, okay? Pluto retrograde has been in my house of work. So this time every year, something happens. And I've known that I was meant to be living, speaking, and being in my spiritual mission. My spiritual mission is connected to talking about, sharing, coaching, teaching others how to navigate this. And one of the biggest lessons that I learned was Pluto starts retrograding. Pluto is retrograding in my house of day-to-day work, okay? And my work is meant to be spiritual. And I love hair, right? I love hair. That is my passion. That is my heart, my soul, and I love it. And things keep happening. So after the third time, I was kind of like, okay, wait, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I need to listen and let go of this in order to stand more in my truth, in order to walk towards my north node, right? Because I was living and staying in my south node on a schedule every day, routine. I mean, living by time, right? That's my past. So how do I bring my past with work, my past with, day-to-day routines? I heal and I change me, and I go towards my north node in the 12th house. And as you do that, as you start going towards, and a really good indication to kind of do a little bit of a check-in, it's whatever you dream that you could be doing, but you can't. Whatever it is that's on your heart and your soul, most of the time is what you're meant to be doing. I knew, 11:22 on my clock. I knew. I also knew 2 years ago that I was supposed to share my story about, my rape, about what happened to me after my rape, about, being married to a narcissist and then having 2 kids and then having to navigate my spiritual life, teaching my kids their spiritual life. And, I look at their dad and their stepmom, and they're so embedded in the 3D, so they really don't understand it. And I knew then I was meant to be sharing it, and I was terrified to speak about all those things that I went through because of judgment, because of people judging me. And the thing about it is, we go through everything for a reason. It's either a blessing or a lesson. And how we choose to see it is how it's going to be, right? So why am I so afraid for people to see me? Why am I so afraid to let that ego fall and show who I truly am without the mask on? Are people going to hate me? Are people going to talk about me? Are people going to call me crazy? Probably. My family over this last year, I knew what was coming, and my prayer was, let my family see me for who I am. Let them see me and trust me to guide them through this. And it was hard to be labeled conspiracy theorist when it's not a conspiracy, when you know the facts. It's hard to be labeled as crazy, literally, when you can see what's coming. And I prayed, God, just show them who I am. Allow them to see me, fully see me, and my third eye is pulsing. So they'll trust me. Allow them to see what I see so I can help them. Knowing that my sister-in-law was going to get pregnant, knowing that my stepdad had cancer before he was diagnosed, was what God did to help show my family the truth. And what is crazy is that was my lesson to learn. My family was the ones that were holding me back because they couldn't see and they couldn't connect and they couldn't fully understand what I did. You know, being able to communicate to the other side. One of my biggest fears was being called crazy. And in going through this past year, I really had to learn how to let that fear of rejection, let that fear of being wrong, let that fear of not speaking my truth go away. And just making sure that, you know, I gave them the warnings that they needed, and that's all I could do. That's all I could do. I could not change the course or the direction in which they chose to take. And that was a hard one. It was really, really, really hard because, you know, part of that wound was if my family can't see me, nobody else can. Which isn't true. You know, I was meant to go through this. I was meant to heal from that, to be able to stand fully in my truth and speak it anyway. Because the irony, you know, the one that's tried to get me to close my throat the most has been my mom. Dang. You know, we don't talk about things that society says we don't talk about. And if we're not talking about those things, how are we going to grow and evolve? You know, this is a different time. We can't escape from what is going on. The age of Pisces was magical, right? It was fun. It was dreamy. The flip side, the negative side of that is escaping, falling for illusions, not being able to see the truth. So we're not going that way anymore. We're going to Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about helping one another. How do we help one another? We talk, we embrace, we share the real human sides of us. We share those things, right? Because in the end, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and not acknowledging that human experience that we're having is going back to that South Node energy. You know, we're going back to the past. And, you know, the age of Aquarius is not, or the age of Pisces is not the South Node. But when I think about the energies of it and how it affects us, it is like reverting back to the past because it is familiar. You know, everyone that I meet, our stories are so similar. Everyone that I talk to, there's something that they're needing to say. They're needing to open that throat chakra up, and that's the reason why it was so important for me to speak my truth no matter what. You know, over this last year, the resistance and the energy that has come at me to try to shut me up has been insane. And, you know, what kept me going is I would always tell myself, those that scream the loudest have the most to lose. And it's true. I had people tell me that I shouldn't say things. I had people tell me that, what if I'm wrong? I had people tell me that I was selfish. I had people tell me I just needed to shut up. I had people tell me take the tinfoil hat off. I had people tell me, you know, all kinds of stuff. And I had to continue pushing through that resistance. And I'm telling you this because the more you start speaking your truth, it starts flying, okay? It's there to test you. It's there to push you. It's there to show you that you're doing the right thing, okay? When we start following our true north, there's going to be people and things to come up to try to distract us, to try to derail us, because that's the dark. That's the dark. Trying to keep you from doing what God sent you here to do. So, let's see if there's anything else that needs to come out. So you've put in the work. You have put in the work. You've really healed the past. And, you know, now it's time to just surrender. What is it? I love to say. Now it's time to let go and let God. I'm hearing, Jesus, take the wheel. Okay. And to me, that is what the Finks, am I saying that right? That is what that reminds me of. They're both going in two different directions. And they're not even tied to the chariot. Really allowing God to lead you on this path, allowing God to be your guide, to get you to where you're meant to be. And the key in doing that is speaking from your heart, speaking truth, speaking compassion, speaking love into every situation, and really being able to stay neutral. Right here. Being able to stay neutral when you see the dark coming up. Being able to really hold the light as that dark comes up to be purged. And really keeping and holding, because I get moving forward the Three of Pentacles. And this really reminds me of the Holy Trinity. Mind, body, spirit. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And keeping the balance. We have to balance mind, body, and spirit. Merging all three of those into one. So the full moon in Gemini is going to be coming up soon. There's going to be a lot happening between now and Leo time frame. There's going to be a lot of purges, a lot of releases between now and then. So I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well. I see you. Okay? I feel you. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, share, and be on the lookout for my crystals coming on my website, my bracelets. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love doing this. I love it. So anyway, I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.